All right, so the Sharks and Kraken had their first ever matchup in Seattle. Obviously, the Sharks and Kraken played each other back in San Jose not too long ago. But, so the second time in a row, the Kraken got the victory, this time 3-2. Yeah, the Sharks had never beaten the Kraken ever. And, it's unfortunate because if the Sharks won tonight, believe it or not, they actually would have been second place in the Pacific Division, as the Kings and Ducks are tied for second and third with 45 points each, and the Sharks have 44. So the Sharks would have been second place. And that's something we all want, but they couldn't get it done. And the Sharks, despite having a really strong start to this game, just couldn't capitalize in the second period, as the Kraken had 2 goals in that period. The first Sharks goal came from Tomas Hertl, who scored, 30 seconds into the game. It was assisted by Alexander Barabanov. It was a really nice goal to open up the game, but the Kraken came out firing in the second quarter. The Sharks and Kraken each had 1 goal in the third period, so the Sharks couldn't, get that lead back or tie it up. But yeah, the second Sharks goal that was in the third period was from Timo Meier, who was obviously coming off a magnificent game against the LA Kings. And for the Kraken, they had 2 goals from Carson Soucy and 1 goal from Cale Yarncroc. But besides that, Mark Giordano the captain, got 2 assists as well, and they kind of just outplayed the Sharks. And it's weird because the Kraken are last place in our division. They're many points and many wins behind the Sharks, but yet they know how to beat us. They've beaten us twice out of 2 matchups, and it's been pretty easy defeats for them. It was 3-2, but the Kraken just looked overall a lot better. And so I think the Sharks definitely could have won tonight, but they couldn't get it done. The Sharks had Adin Hill in net, and I wish he did well. Because considering the Sharks defense played a lot better tonight, I think, they had opportunity to have a better goalie performance from Hill. He only had to face 17 shots, but he still allowed 14 of them 17 shots in, which was an .824 save percentage. For the Kraken, obviously they had Philip Grubauer in, and he was pretty good tonight. He has 23 of 25 with a .920 save percentage, so pretty spot on. But yeah, for the Sharks, unfortunate. They didn't win this. Logan Couture did get an assist on that Timo Meier goal. I guess that was kind of notable, but yeah, it would have been really nice to win this because the Sharks were doing so well coming into this. Obviously, they were getting, they're really good at getting points, and moving up this ladder of standings, and their schedule is getting really tough after this. So it would have been nice to move us up into second place, especially considering that we're playing, arguably 6 really hard games in a row. We got the Lightning, Capitals, Panthers, Hurricanes, Lightning again, and Oilers, who are all good, either great or good teams in my opinion. So it would have been nice to win, but I think for now the Sharks just need to keep winning. I think the really important games are going to be when we're playing in division. Maybe not so much the Kraken, but it would be nice to beat the Kraken, even though they're not really competitive this year. But I think the Sharks need to move up. They need to play competitively, and I think Adin Hill could have done better. I think, honestly, I would have liked to see Reimer in net again because he was really good in his last start out there. But, yeah, it was unfortunate. And Carson Soucy had a really good game. He has his first goal since December 18th, so like a month. And, for the Kraken, it was good for him. Kraken are obviously struggling right now, but they definitely know how to beat the Sharks. They have 28 points now. We have 44 still. So the Sharks after this one moved to 21, 18, and 2, which is still the second most wins in the Pacific, despite being 4th place. Obviously point system, so it's different. The Kraken moved to 12, 23, and 4. They're sort of struggling right now. They have 28 points. So the Sharks, they got to turn this around. They got to, go. I think if they can go 500 or better in their next 6 games, which are, like I said, against competitive teams, I'm going to take that as a win in my books. But it would have been nice to win tonight, especially playing a team that we're not super familiar with, as they're an expansion club. And that's going to do it though. 3-2 Kraken final score. Would have been nice to win, but we're going to move on. So let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, go Sharks.